So I recently got a question asked in the comment section, and basically it was the question was, can you ask for a deposit before you start working for a commercial cleaning client? And does asking for a deposit, can it affect you getting the account or not getting the account? Um, yes, you most definitely can. You most definitely can ask that, and yes, it could affect whether or not you get the account or not. And here's why I say that. Here's why I say it could affect the company who you are looking to do business with, the prospect. If you're sold on asking for a deposit and they're just like, you know what, we've had bad experiences, we don't really want to do a deposit, we want to do a net 30 or we want to do a net 60, whatever it is, to them, they may say, no, we're not going to do business because these are the terms in which we want to do business under. In that particular situation, asking for the deposit would definitely stop you from getting that account. What I will say is this, though. Out of all of the clients that we have, I've never had anyone counter us on the terms of our contracts, right? I've never had anyone counter us on our terms. Now we always do a net 30. There is no real particular reason why. You don't necessarily have to do a net 30. As a matter of fact, and we're getting ready to switch over to, and I got a couple of walkthroughs today. Moving forward, we're switching from a net 30 to a net 15. So what a net 30 is basically you'll start the work on the first of the month, and you should get paid within 30 days, right? So net 15, we're going to start. We expect to be paid within 15 days of our start date. We're switching over that for a couple of different reasons, but that's neither here nor there. I'm only bringing that up to say this. When we say these are the terms in order for my company to service your company, we need to be paid within 15 days, and everything's going to be out in writing. Once they agree to that, we're now in business, right? And now we're expecting our pay in the next 15 days or by 15 days, right? The point is, if you want to deposit, you have to be able to deliver, your message in a way that's digestible to the decision maker, right? So that means it's going to be written out in the contract. It's going to be written out under your terms and services or terms and conditions. And if they have questions about it, the same way I just said previously, like, hey, no, we want to do, a net 30 or a net 60 or a net 90, whatever it is. In order for your business to move forward with their business, these are the terms that, we have to agree to, right? So you have to have that same positioning when it comes to dealing with them. If you want to build your culture around getting a deposit before doing the actual work, it's completely fine. But you have to stand on it if that's what you want. We've never asked for a deposit. But that doesn't mean that people don't. People do definitely. I know, a few companies who get deposits up front. I know companies who get the entire thing up front. You don't have to wait until, the 15 days, 30 days. You don't have to do that, especially if you have a large account. Like I know, right? Like we've never been in a situation where we had to request the money up front. But if my phone rings today and we get this huge, large account that, I have to go out and spend a crazy amount of money for supplies for in order to service them. Yeah, I may work that into the agreement. Like in order for us to start, this is what we need this money up front. But I have to deliver it in a way that, that makes sense to to the company, to the person who's going to make the decision. So it all really comes down to, what you want the culture of your company to look like. And regardless to that, you want to make sure that your message is delivered with confidence and be willing to not necessarily lose a customer. But if you guys don't come to terms and agree, then just understand like, okay, that customer wasn't for us at this point in time in our business, right? So it's really it's that simple. Just really knowing why you, or not necessarily why, but really knowing what it is that you want, and being willing to stick to those guns to make sure that that you're building the type of company that you want and that you're doing business with the type of companies that you want. So, I mean, in a nutshell, yes, you most definitely can charge a deposit. But again, make sure that your contract, everything is laid out and it's easy. They can look at it and tell exactly what they're getting into. But guys, that is it for today's video. Like I say, in the game of business, spectators only going to watch, hustlers get into the game so they can win. I'm always dropping jewels. Just make sure you're in position to pick them up. Do that by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Once again, my name is Marcus Crockett. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.